Welcome to No Substitutes, the show where I have some of my favorite people on and we talk about what ingredients make them who they are. And today I have a very special guest. This is actually the first time I'm meeting him, but feel like we know each other already, just because that's what Instagram does. Yeah. He's a very talented creator, designer, photographer. He's actually helping us design our logo right now. Please welcome Mason Sexton, a.k.a. Collage Dropout.
Hey, everyone. Thank you.
It's funny because I didn't even know your name until I was like, I was like, wait, I need to know your name for the podcast.
A lot of people don't.
I know.
A lot of people I interact with, they don't really. It's kind of weird. I always get referred to as like collage, which that's kind of cool, but like.
Collage?
Yeah, they'll be like, yo, collage. Or like, sometimes people hit me with like college, and I'm like, I kind of missed the point on the username, but it's all right.
You're like,
correct you.
Are you college?
Yeah.
Dropout?
College dropout. It's like, that's,
You're like, well, that sounds lame.
Yeah, that's like not as cool. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. How was the drive over?
Yeah, it was fast. It was only like 25 minutes. I feel like I'm still kind of like.
It's not that fast for me.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's been some.
Yeah, 25 minutes is fast for LA. It's so funny.
You're in West Hollywood, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I just moved to Hollywood, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not the fastest. Maybe that's just the LA.
No, but that is for that.
I feel like the distance, 16 miles or something like that.
Yeah. Because sometimes the drive from there to here takes me like 40.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, the traffic on the way.
Traffic. Yeah, it's not the vibe. Yeah. Okay, well, let's get into it.
Sure.
What are 3 ingredients you would say for your profession? And when I say this, we forgot to clarify with you before. I don't mean food. I mean,
okay. No.
I mean qualities. It's okay.
Well, yeah. So I was kind of thinking about my answers on the way over here, just because, like, I don't know, just doing a little vetting process, and so I think, like, there's a lot of designers like me on Instagram. I feel like that would maybe agree with this, maybe not, but like, especially being a designer in LA, I feel like you kind of have to have like. You got to be personable for sure, and like just like talkative and like super curious just about like, upcoming trends, what people are doing, what's happening in like pop culture, stuff like that.
Yeah. You guys kind of got to be like marketers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like the way I do it. I mean, I've been freelancing since I graduated college, so like.
So you didn't drop out.
No.
But collage graduate.
That doesn't sound as cool either.
I know.
But I don't know. I feel like you got to just be curious. You got to be like on top of things, and just being your own boss. I feel like you got to kind of like really like design is a very small portion of the whole ordeal. So that's 2 ingredients. My last ingredient, I guess, creativity. Yeah, is definitely an important ingredient.
No, for sure. So, even because he's designed ours right now, and I literally think I gave you 3 photos, and what you came up with was like way cooler than I even could have thought of.
Thank you.
I did that a lot too with my tattoo artist. I'm always like, I have an idea, but I don't actually know what I want. Yeah. And then he would draw it up. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's how I felt with when you sent me the designs. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
But
well, that's good to hear.
So I'm like, so I feel like that's a good talent to have. Instead of like us just going back and forth, I'm like, no, yes, no, yes.
Yeah. It's very common to like have somebody describe something to me, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm understanding, and they send me like a mood board, and I'm like, what even is going on here? It's like, whoa, like
I really loved the stuff you did for Sawyer. All of her stuff was amazing.
Her website turned out great.
Yeah.
Shout out Sawyer.
Shout out, not your publicist.
Yeah.
Our friend, good friend Sawyer.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, that was a good. Did you see that episode?
Her episode? Yeah.
I loved that one.
So good. Yeah, she knows everybody out here. Talk about West Hollywood queen. She knows literally everybody. So
yes, she's great. She's a great momager. Yeah. She's like,
I know.
She's like the new Kris Kardashian.
Yeah.
She's sick.
Yeah.
What's your go-to food or drink while you're creating? Or are you like someone who just cigarettes and coffee? I feel
No. So like something else I was thinking about like coming over here was like when, I don't know. I just feel like part of me being my own boss and like really like overextending myself in some ways, I feel like I do kind of have to like, not just in food, but just in kind of a little bit of every aspect of my life is like, I really try to like soak up like the best of the best and then like whenever I can. So like, I'm not generally eating a lot of like bad food when I'm designing. I've actually like just while I'm designing, I've been making like trail mix from scratch, like random like trail mixes and stuff just to have like on the side.
Yeah.
And then definitely a lot of LaCroix. So like I'll go through a 24 pack of LaCroix in like probably 4 hours. Not even kidding. Like I'll drink so much LaCroix when I'm designing.
That's a lot of
bubbles.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there.
Bubbles are what feeds your creative drive.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they keep me going. But that's kind of trail mix and some LaCroix. But like this is like an elevated trail mix that I'm making.
Right,
like, I'm throwing some really good shit in there. And it's always different. So you never know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Life is like a bag of trail mix. Totally. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. But when I'm not designing, I mean, I just moved into Hollywood and there's a Harold's Chicken that just opened beneath my apartment. And so that's been
nice.
It's probably taken a few years off my life, honestly. Just because of how much I've eaten it. I've probably eaten it like, a lot.
Damn it.
A lot. It's really good though. I mean, if you haven't had it, try it out.
Yeah, no, my guilty pleasure that I eat way too much is that burrito spot in Hollywood, Tacos El Gavian.
Yeah,
that one, I'm like, this can't be that healthy.
Yeah, no.
And I know there's some authentic Mexican food in LA, but fuck me up. Those burritos. Dude, I'm like, I could eat like 3 of these, but I shouldn't. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. And the next day rolls around and you're like, maybe I just need a burrito. Yeah,
especially when I'm like, if I'm like, I don't know, hungover or something, I'm like, burritos
for sure.
So good now with the Diet Coke.
All the rules go out the door when you're hungover.
Exactly.
You gotta just go for it.
And just DoorDash. People always ask me, like, being a chef or being someone who used to work in the kitchen, like, now actually in the last year I've gotten more used to cooking at home, but for a long time, especially when I was a cook, people are like, oh, you're just probably home making like duck confit and all this stuff. I'm like, oh no, it's DoorDash. Like that's all I do. Yeah. I'm like, no.
Crack an egg in it.
There you go. Instant ramen, but with I know how to poach an egg and that's fine. Sure. But now I do kind of cook more, but I feel like a lot of cooks are like that. People think we're like at home just
whipping it up, like practicing.
Yeah, we're like, no, we do that for we do it for so many hours and so many days. Yeah, on our days off, we're like, we can barely move. Yeah. Who are some of your inspirations as an artist?
That was another thing I was thinking about when I was coming over here. So like, I've been listening to Rick Rubin's podcast Tetragrammatron, and it's pretty good. He has a pretty full spectrum of like people on the podcast. But like I really try not to. Something I really like about Rick Rubin is like he really just like hones in on like his ability to like make cool things, but not really be able to explain. Like he can explain it, but like in a way that like is still kind of like, well, wait, what actually is the thing that like makes it? I think it's just him. Yeah. And so, I try not to like base my creative stuff off of anybody else, just because like when he talks a lot about like, if you have the feeling and like know something's cool or like genuinely think something's cool within, like that's all you need to know.
For sure.
And so I feel like sometimes when I hear people talk like all like philosophical like that, I like really like take it to heart when I'm doing my own like graphics and stuff. So then I'm like, am I doing this based on what I actually like or what Rick Rubin just said on that podcast this afternoon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try not to like venture out too far, but I'd say Rick Rubin's who I align with the most creatively.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I've listened to too much Rick Rubin, but I feel like I always hear great things.
Yeah. Who's the, Oh, Anthony Bourdain. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like he's
yeah.
like kind of like the creative Anthony. Well, not that Anthony Bourdain's. Yeah,
the
like
artsy
the art.
one.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
for sure. No, I love when there's people like that get attention in the media, because I'm like, yes, this is like someone who's showing authenticity and showing that you don't need to overcomplicate, like, or even just staying humble, like even no matter how big
chill.
they get.
They're just cool because they're them. So
yeah, I wish I could have met Bourdain. Anybody that has told me that they've met him has all said the same thing. They're like, he is so tall and he is so cool and just so nice and is like, doesn't make it a big deal. He's like, he's just, especially when he would be in New York, I have friends that live there, like, oh yeah, I ran to Bourdain one time at a bar and he just was like, walked in, just wanted to get a drink and smoke a cigarette and then walked out, and they were like, oh my God.
He's so cool.
Yeah. Like, they're like, he's so cool. And he knows he's cool, or he knew he was cool, but he wasn't
that
like.
Makes it even cooler.
Yeah, like, but he wasn't making it a big deal. He's like, it's fine.
Totally.
Like, that's what, I don't know. I'm too dorky to be as cool, but I at least try to just stay authentic no matter what happens.
Totally. Yeah. I mean,
it's
the only thing, that's the best thing you could do for yourself.
Exactly.
So,
especially just in an oversaturated business. It can be very complicated, but I know a lot of people who make good money just, projecting a different type of image, but yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, we're kind of in this weird pivotal stage in like every aspect of, like, no matter what you do, whether it's creative, whether it's like influencer stuff, like, like just the whole, like, we're like, people don't like that, like, fabricated, like, even though there was a huge appeal for it in the early days, I feel like now it's just kind of like, like,
no. I mean, that's why I love that podcasting became a thing too, because even I feel like all these people that were famous or are famous, once they started doing podcasting or getting interviewed, you're like, oh wow, I didn't know this whole other side and these stories of this person that's been in all these movies and have actually a lot more to share. Because for a long time too, it's like you had to be very careful with what you shared, because the media was
you'll get roasted.
You get roasted, like, or they'll twist your words. But podcasting is just like, well, that came out of their mouth.
Totally. Yeah, this is my first podcast.
It's doing great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me too. This is so cool. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm super glad you came.
Yeah. I
actually like this next question. What is your process for creating artwork when you're commissioned? Yeah.
Man, I might be exposing myself here, but I mean, no, it's nothing crazy. But I feel like I don't
like
really
I
take
bathe under the moonlight, naked, and go run with the wolves.
No, I do kind of get a little reclusive though. I don't know, like, especially when it's a big project, like it varies. But when it's something really big, like, sometimes I do get super in my head, and I'm like, all right, I got to just lock in. There's a lot of weed involved, so that's
perfect.
May or may not be helping me, but I think it does. Yeah, actually, it does.
Yeah.
And so, I think I just kind of have to like lock in, just go in my apartment, sit in front of my computer, and just kind of like really think about it, think about how I would execute it if I had no outside like knowledge. And then I kind of take what they give me into account, and then I kind of merge the two, and then that's kind of how it happens. But it is like, I don't know, I feel like especially right now, back to the like kind of the way everything is like creatively and stuff, like people expect stuff like next day. And it's like, if you're really going for something super, like there's people that definitely want a logo, like weed brands especially, they want like, there's like, cause their stuff goes so fast. They have a brand one day and then the next day it's like, oh, we're starting a new brand. And it's like, okay, that's fine. That's like, doesn't really require that much brain power. Whereas it's like, you're going to do this podcast probably for the next, like, you plan on continuing this on.
Yeah.
Like you have the resources to make it like a big.
And I was honestly just expecting like one photo, and you sent me like a bunch. I was like, happens. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Which I was super grateful though.
Yeah.
I was like, oh hell yeah. Like, but again, I just don't have that kind of talent. And so I'm super grateful that I know you and got that, because you gave me all these things that I didn't even know that's what I wanted for the show.
Totally.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
And I can use this for all different types of things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. There's some merch ones in there. There's all types of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best way I could describe it is like just like starting with like a square, like a cube of clay, and then just kind of molding it as I go, and then hoping for the best. And I kind of have this theory of like everybody could be an artist. Like if you told somebody to draw like a house, right, and then had somebody else draw the same house, it would inevitably turn out different. But it's like kind of cool that like, you know, you both came up with your own rendition of the house. Does that kind of make sense? So if you like put that on a broader scale and like put a bunch of people's drawings together of the same thing, they're all going to look different, and it would all kind of turn out cool. So it's kind of fun that people want me to make stuff, like, you know, that's kind of fun, and just like seeing what I can come up with.
I love that.
I think that's the biggest thrill of it.
Yeah. Exactly. What's been your most memorable experience in photography so far?
The most memorable experience. Wow. There's been there's been a few actually pretty.
Oh yeah.
Pretty wild ones, but I was commissioned. This was like 2 years ago that I was commissioned to like make a birthday gift for Young Thug, which was like what? Whoa. That's like my favorite rapper. So I was like, whoa, like this is huge. And it was for his birthday, and so it was his 30th birthday. So this was 2 or 3 years ago. I'm not sure. Right before he got arrested, which is super lame. Yeah. But so they ended up offering to like fly me out to Atlanta to like go to his birthday party, like just to like see them give it to him and stuff. And so I met like almost everybody you could ever meet.
Right.
Like at this party. It was insane. There was like tigers walking around. There was like,
oh my God,
girls with like little capuchin monkeys on their shoulders and stuff. Like it was really like, what, like a whole new level of like, like I've been to like events here in LA where it's like, oh cool, like there's a celebrity, but this was like,
you're like, oh, this is like different. What you guys
like,
do.
Yeah, this was like super different. So that was probably the most like thrilling and memorable experience, especially because I had never gone to the South. So that was like the most like,
yeah, that's cool.
Wow. Like, very authentic Atlanta experience. It was awesome. Yeah.
That's super fun.
It was cool. Yeah, it was really cool.
I don't know what I would do if I saw tigers just roaming a party.
No, it was really, it was super weird. Like it was,
what was it? Mike
pretty epic.
Was it just in The Hangover, or does Mike Tyson actually have a tiger?
I think he actually had a tiger at one point,
okay.
For sure, yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, yeah, I know. What?
Who?
I'm trying to get like that. Dude, I need a tiger.
I need a tiger. When will I get that rich?
I know.
Who did the cooking in your family growing up?
Yeah, so I grew up in a single mother household. So my mom, but I mean, I would contribute, you know, like, I don't know. It was pretty regular though.
You're
like,
her saute chef. I mean, sous chef.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, the best sous chef.
The best sous chef.
Oh. But yeah. I think my mom, yeah.
Is it just you? Was it just you and your mom, or do you have siblings?
No. So I have an older sister, and she actually lives here in LA. Actually, cool. Everybody moved down here when I moved down here. It's kind of funny. We're originally from the Bay Area, but I don't think my family likes to be apart very much. So they were like, yeah, let's just all come down here. Yeah, we're all coming down here. Cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So yeah, I have an older sister. She's 28, and then I have a younger brother who's 15. So me and him are exactly 10 years apart. So, yeah,
same with me and my sister.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a great range of ages, I feel like.
Yeah. Love that. Do you guys all have the same dad, or?
Yeah. So me and my sister have the same dad, and then my little brother's my half brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I'm like,
but I still consider him my full. Like,
yeah, of course, same.
For sure.
I have the same thing with my little sister, but yeah.
If anything, me and him are more alike than me and my sister.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Who are some people who have helped you grow?
But yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, my mom, definitely, but that's kind of like the low-hanging fruit. No offense, Mom. But, you know, it's like, it's just kind of like, you know, it's just kind of like,
well, obviously.
That's a given. Yeah, it's like, come on.
Mama bear.
My mom, yeah, you can pretty much hit her with anything, and she'll come up with a remedy, so that's good. But outside of that, I just recently got out of like a really long-term relationship. And so, yeah, that was pretty like scary and like weird, but yeah, I'd say my ex-girlfriend definitely like, you know, shaped me into the young man I am today. So
nice.
Yeah, it's good. We were dating literally since we're 15 to like recently. So yeah, it's
that's
like
a
almost
really long time.
9 years of.
That's a lot of phases to go through together.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's
I honestly think that like I was kind of nervous leaving that situation just because like, well, like now I'm really in this thing, you know. But everything's all good. I think
that's awesome.
It definitely benefited me more than set me behind. So,
yeah, I feel like relationships do that, even like the negative or like ones that you're kind of like, how the fuck did I date that person?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you've been with that person for a long time, but yeah, even the, I don't know, headaches, relationships, I feel like you can learn a lot. I would say I've learned a lot about myself through when you're like that close with someone and vulnerable and going through life. You can learn a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like your outlook on that.
Yeah, I was like super scared because like I never had a reason to really like go out and like, you know, talk to girls because like I always had a girlfriend. So it's like, I was like, oh shit, what if I'm weird or something? But it's really like,
what if I'm weird?
I think the LA boys really set the bar low.
Oh,
so
they do.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I literally had to email the CEO of Raya to just be deleted off there because I was like, you know what? Well, now I have a partner, but I'm like, dude.
It's like, what the hell's going on?
What is happening out here in these streets? Who let these guys on here?
Oh, weird. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, and just,
Who was the coolest person you saw in Raya? Is that a weird question to ask?
No, that's a funny one.
You're not allowed to out anybody, I'm sure, but or maybe, I don't know how that works.
Oh, I can't say it.
Whatever.
I'll tell you later.
Drake? I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. No, cool. I actually never saw him, but
I doubt he would be on Raya, honestly. He doesn't need it. He'll be fine. But dating apps, super weird. Definitely would rather I'm like, I'm an IRL girl. I like IRL meetings just, Because the other thing, too, I remember, like, matching with people and just right off the bat judging or feeling, like, weird. Yeah.
Because
it's so unnatural.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, they actually could be a great person. And 100%. But they're just irritating me because I matched with them and they're messaging me. But in my head, too, I'm like, why am I having this reaction?
Totally.
So after that, I'm like, if it's the right person will find their way to me.
Yeah. I'd rather be like,
I need to know off energy. I'm not someone who wants to see a portfolio and then that's my decision if I want to get a drink.
Score is crazy. Like, what do you mean? Like, sorry, I choked up right there. But like a Wordle score before I even know your middle name. Like, that's insane.
Exactly.
Like, get out of here.
Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah.
I don't know.
I never was on Hinge, but I always see through like my other friends that are on Hinge. I'm like, Hinge is even more weird. Like Raya's whatever, but Hinge is so detailed.
Yeah.
I'm like what? Why are you guys having to give essays?
Yeah, it's super weird. Not into it at all.
Or like they do like these voice notes. I'm like, I don't like wild. That.
Not at all.
I love when people do take screenshots or like screen recordings and post them on Instagram, especially when
the
like
Hinge feeds.
And like I've seen girls do it with like I changed my age range to 50 plus.
I mean that's probably the only reason that's only like positive from the app because like other than that I feel like these people are strange.
So I'm not a fan. I'm a IRL girl.
I'd rather get denied in real life than like
you're like, well,
have six. It's like
all of a sudden this person blocked me on Instagram.
It's like what the hell? Super weird.
What was the best piece of advice you ever received growing up? Or maybe just in life in general, mate.
I don't. Let me ponder that one for a moment. The best piece of advice.
Maybe from Mama Bear or
I guess just
a wise cracking owl, a weird uncle.
Weird uncle,
I feel like weird uncles always are they're always drunk and they'll say some shit and you're like, for sure, that makes sense.
Gotta fight fire with fire, not water. And it's like, what the fuck does that even mean, man? shoot, I guess the best piece of advice I could come up with, I don't really know if anybody told me this, but it's more just like something
maybe, some quote you found. Yeah.
Maybe this is a Rick Rubin. I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe just I don't really know, honestly. I don't know.
That's totally fine. We'll skip that one.
What would yours be?
Mine, the best piece of advice?
Yeah.
Honestly, anything that, Anthony Bourdain said. Or,
yeah. I do like that Anthony Bourdain quote where he like talks about getting a beer at like, you know that quote?
Yeah.
Where it's like, get a pint of beer at 3 at your local.
Yeah. Talk to the locals.
That one right there. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, that's why. Just being open-minded. I think that's always been a good advice from either grown-ups or Anthony Bourdain. It's just be open to the world, and don't be too afraid to let it leave its mark on you.
Yeah. Also, like going back to your Hinge thing, it's like, don't write like anybody off just from like, like, I don't know. You got to be curious about it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I realized. I'm like, I just need to not be on dating apps because it's making me feel weird. And I'd rather just, exactly. Yeah. And I'm like, these could be, cool people. I'd rather like just run into them or meet them somewhere. I don't want to try to set a date and talk online. And I don't know.
So weird.
Just feels feels
like an
odd.
AI chatbot or something.
Then sometimes you're like, is this even a person?
Yeah. Carly, are you real? Send an emoji if you're real.
Send an emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Totally.
Yeah, just staying open.
Yeah.
I think being open-minded and having an open heart, and don't be too afraid of the world. Just let it.
Yeah, we're here for so short. I mean, might as well just
not here for a good time.
Go for it.
Not here for a long time. Here for a good time.
Yeah.
Ooh, were there any foods you disliked as a child but enjoy now? Trail mix.
Trail mix. Honestly, raisins probably not my thing, but that's nobody likes raisins. Actually, I don't think. Maybe
I liked them. It's actually something I liked as a kid, but don't like now. So
they're so.
Yeah, once you're like, it just looks like shriveled up.
I think green bean casserole would probably, like Thanksgiving green bean casserole was
That's a good one.
Like, but then it's like, okay, I guess you can join the party this year. Like, like come on in.
I had it for the first time last Thanksgiving and was like, oh shit, this actually slaps.
Yeah, green bean casserole, yeah? Yeah. Mix it with some mashed potatoes.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you just hear the green bean part. You're like, ick.
Whoa.
We have so many better things right here.
We invited them. Yeah. Crazy.
That's a good one. Green bean casserole.
Especially a gross green bean casserole. Like, there's nothing worse than going to somebody else's Thanksgiving and that shit's just like, just weird, dude. Like, it's just like not the same as yours. You're just like, this is crazy.
Yeah. You're like, you can't get too creative with the green bean casserole recipes.
I don't know.
Yeah. I was cooking this Thanksgiving and I cooked for Christmas. So
nice.
I was like, it's sometimes so funny. I'll like cook things for the first time and be like, well, see how this turns out. And I'm like, I always forget I'm really good.
Yeah. You're like, this is great.
This is so good.
Totally.
I'm like, I killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah. I'm like, I did it professionally for a while. So I'm like, I don't know why I still have that. But I do every time. I'm like, especially if it's something I've never cooked before, I'm like, fuck, okay, I'm just gonna wing it. And then usually I'm like, damn, I'm really just that good.
I think it's kind of good to go into it like that though, because then sets your expectations low and then you get a good meal and then you're like, okay, cool, like, this is great. Yeah.
Go me.
Yeah. Wait, so do you cook usually for your, like for holidays? And I know you maybe not like day to day going crazy, but.
Yeah, I love, if I'm going to go all out, I love to cook for like everyone, a lot of people.
Sweet.
Yeah. Cooking for myself.
Nothing better than when people are like, yo, this is so good.
Yeah. Like feeding so many people. Yeah. There's been times where I've like manned the kitchen by myself and just by the end of it, I'm like, I'm exhausted, but I'm like just feeling fulfilled to watch everyone else eat and be all happy.
do you ever cook something like super elaborate and then you're done and you're like, I don't even want to eat this anymore. But like it's fun and it is good, but I don't really feel like eating it. I just did that with chicken piccata the other day and I was like, what the?
I made lasagna the other day, but I don't really eat gluten or dairy, so and my partner wanted it, so I was like, I really just had to, I'm like, and there's no really way to make a lasagna this size.
Lasagna, you gotta go crazy.
I did, so I made a whole ass lasagna. It was like, so funny. And now I ordered sushi for myself.
Nice. Damn. Yeah, that's it.
I'm like,
your partner's like, this is Garfield mode. Let's go. This is so sick.
And then he's like, wait, you're not going to eat with me? And I was like, I can't eat all that. And he's like, what'd you have for dinner? I was like, sushi. He's like, I would have liked sushi. It's like, you want lasagna.
You got your lasagna, man. Come on.
No, he was happy.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite memories from your childhood?
Favorite memories? We belonged to like a local pool, and that was kind of like, that's where I'd spend most like summer days.
Some mid-class.
Like yeah, so that's just kind of like a good time. I feel like riding bikes with friends, stuff like that. Yeah, just like normal.
I know. I feel like such an old person when I'm around my younger siblings or like seeing the kids these days and what they're all on their iPhones and iPads. I'm like, damn, I remember just loving hopping on my bike and riding around the neighborhood or going on like dirt roads and making jumps and
there's all types of stuff.
I'm like, now the children are
now you need a permit to build a jump, man. It's like, what the hell? Totally. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, things like that. I feel like I was probably the last little bit of kids that were hanging out with their friends.
Yeah, all the phone. 90s babies.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Because then I got a phone around, right before high school?
Yeah.
And it was weird.
Yeah.
Like it was BlackBerry.
But even those phones weren't even like that.
Yeah, they weren't like what we have now. I didn't even have social media till high school, like middle of high school, and
it's crazy.
It wasn't what it is nowadays. You know,
I'm thankful. I know everybody says that, but I'm pretty thankful I didn't have all that.
And now we all get to like make money off of it. Yeah. But like I am grateful for what it has turned into, but what it is turning into is mostly for work.
Mm-hmm.
And, influencers, designers, like people that use it for marketing. It's brilliant for that.
Yeah.
But then, I see my sister who's like 16, like scrolling. And I'm like,
you guys can, thing, man.
Go touch some grass.
Yeah, for sure.
Go run with the horses somewhere.
Yeah.
Like we live she lives in Humboldt. Like, it's like when I was in Humboldt, I was always at the beach or always in the redwoods, and it's just like a place that has so much beautiful nature to offer. So
you don't want a phone anywhere near you.
It weirds me out when so many kids just don't go outside.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, there's something else about like technology and like just us making money off of the internet, not off the internet, but like off of just kind of off the internet. Is like a lot of all of my clients come from Instagram. So sometimes I'm like, like, what if Instagram just decide to that would suck. So I don't ever try not to think about that too hard because then I'm like, shit, like what do I do? But it's an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
Kind of a predicament I'm putting myself in there, but
same. Yeah. Like if there's just an outage one day, I would.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I guess let's all go work the corner.
Yeah.
Put some shorts and heels on. No, I guess for me, I would just go back to cooking.
Yeah.
At least I remember like didn't really like school, didn't want to go to college. So when I discovered that I liked cooking, I was like, oh, this is perfect. Yeah. I don't have to think too much.
Or just like think about the things you want.
Yeah. And
where you can apply them and they'll benefit you.
Yeah, I just always worked in restaurants. I wasn't someone who like thought about going on my own and creating my own like catering business or being a chef like that. And I see the people who do, and a lot of it is like, Instagram based.
Totally.
Like, whoa.
Yeah. Do you watch The Bear at all?
I can't.
No.
I get PTSD.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
I literally tried to watch one episode and I had dreams. I was back in the kitchen. The wheel wouldn't stop. The ticket wheel was just like filling up. And I was just like going as fast as I can in the weeds.
Is that a pretty accurate depiction of like?
Oh, it is.
Yeah?
That's why I'm like, what a brilliant show. It's a great show because it's interesting. Yeah. Anthony Bourdain's book, Kitchen Confidential, and then The Bear, I feel like are perfect representations of what it's like to be in that environment. Yeah, even just like their lighting, like the way they shoot it, it's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's like sometimes just makes me feel and remind me of being in that environment so easily. That's crazy.
It does seem like an authentic. I don't really know what it would be like. Like I have nothing to base it off of, but it does seem like an authentic.
It's very authentic
representation.
Yeah, that was a big thing I noticed though too. Was the way they like lit the show. I don't know how to describe it, but
interesting.
I was like, whoa, this. Especially like in the scenes where he's more like in corporate kitchens. I'm like, oh, this is exactly how it is. Where you're in the chef coats and everything. Just it almost feels like you're in a hospital. And just you're like, this is where the dreams go to die. This is where like cooks lose their creativity. And that was like the last thing I did before I did everything else was working in like more corporate kitchen in Napa, and it was just like I still enjoyed it, but I remember a lot of chefs I worked under. I was like, "Oh, you just lost the spark."
Totally. A little twinkle in your eyes.
Yeah, no twinkle. It's just
for sure.
Left the chat.
What was the last like cooking position you had? Like or like
saute chef.
But what restaurant was it for?
It was for this restaurant called The Grove in Napa.
Oh,
yeah, it was underneath the Culinary Institute of America. It was this like, so sometimes I would go upstairs and help teach classes, and then there were like days where I worked like 18 hours.
Yeah.
So I'd be there at like 8 a.m. help teach, come down, work dinner and prep, and not get off till like 11 p.m.
Yeah. Did you live in Napa?
No, actually, this is when I was living in Sausalito.
Oh, cool.
The first time.
All right. What's your tie to Sausalito? You just like it?
I just love it. Yeah, I love Marin County.
Yeah, it's so good because
it's a good vibe, and it reminds me of home without it being like as stagnant and like slow paced as Humboldt. Totally. Because I'm like, it's still right there by the city.
Yeah.
What is a life event that shaped you?
A life event that shaped me. I mean, not to keep talking about this breakup, but I mean, I think the breakup, honestly, that really did have like
it's a big thing.
That like was always just on my head of like, whoa, if this doesn't work out, like what is the next thing?
Yeah.
Going into it, and then now that I'm here, I mean, I'm fine.
Good
everybody.
time.
So,
I'm fine.
It's all right.
Okay, I killed myself.
Yeah. So I think that definitely gave me an outlook, like because if we had stayed together, I would always have that back in my head, like I would always be kind of like, what if?
Right.
Whereas now I'm like kind of on the other end of it, and now I'm like, okay, this is actually
not
fine.
Too scary.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And so I think that definitely helped me blossom into who I am right now.
No, breakups, I don't know. Breakups are underrated. I feel like breakups are great for the soul sometimes and great for the growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shape you.
Totally.
And it's like also a grieving process.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how it ends, sometimes you've already grieved it and then it ends. Yeah. But no matter what, there's going to be a period where you're like, you're like, it's over. And,
and it's just like,
and it's like this person who's like still alive. But it's still like grief.
Yeah.
So it's totally, I think breakups are underrated. People make them seem like the worst thing that can happen. I'm like,
it definitely feels like it. It's crazy how your mind can really like trick you into thinking like, oh shit, like this is then,
this
man.
Is it.
But
it's not.
You're tripping, man.
Yeah, and you're like, I still had time with this person. I shared great memories with this person, and lessons, and there still will always kind of be a love there, or at least appreciation.
Yeah, it didn't end on any bad terms or anything.
Well, that's even better.
More so, I think like like romantically, yeah, sure. I guess it benefited me. But like even more so like in my work, I feel like it's like increased my confidence a little bit and like kind of made it like.
It's great to have someone in your corner.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. But it's also, sorry, I was actually saying the inverse of that. It's actually kind of nice to like not base it off of anybody else and just kind of like approach it as your own person rather than like kind of, you know, I don't know.
Have your cheerleader.
Yeah. Because like they're kind of built in to like tell you like, yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah. That like nobody's gonna, you know, shit on your work. Maybe.
I'm like,
you're like, can't relate. I'm shitting it. That was so funny.
No, but you know what I mean?
That. Like, you're always kind of like
your significant other's not gonna be like, I don't even know if mine watches the podcast, but he's definitely never been like, that was such a bad episode.
Like, wow, that episode was whack. Yeah.
He's like, you should like not do that.
Totally, yeah.
But it's so funny because I feel like there are people who have those partners, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, if you're into
how
that.
do you? Yeah, they might just. They're like, I don't know. It gets me off.
Yeah. It was so hot when you like.
You just shit on me.
Yeah, you just roasted the way I ate.
Yeah. I will say I do like a little roasting in a relationship. But like as long as it's funny.
Yeah. There's a fine in between.
Exactly.
Totally.
Like, because my partner will roast me for how fast I eat.
For how fast you eat?
Yeah. He's like, Jesus.
That's like not. I mean,
but yeah, it's always funny. He's not like, God, you fat ass.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, tables tipping.
Totally.
There's a hippo in the room.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Speaking of food, what are some unpopular food opinions you have?
Ooh, this is like, honestly, when I run this by people, they're like, what the hell? Like, that is so weird. But like anything berry flavored or like artificially flavored berry stuff or just like berry stuff in general, even berries, like, nah.
I'm not a fan. Oh my God, you're the first person I've ever met that thinks that same way. I hate berries. I don't eat blueberries.
Berry flavored around me.
Yeah. Okay.
I got to leave the room, man.
Oh, okay. I'm not to that degree, but yeah, like for picnics or anytime, like hiking snacks, people always bring berries. I'm like, what are you, a deer? I'm like, no, I'm not going to eat berries with you.
Yeah, I went on a date with this girl and she was like puffing on a strawberry flavored flume, dude. And I was like, I can't even kiss you. I'm sorry. I got to get out of here. Like for real. Like it's like that, man. I had to. I was like,
I get
that's
that.
so
No,
gross.
I hate when people have like vapes, like, berry flavored vapes and stuff.
Flume, strawberry mouth, I get.
Yeah, you're like.
Sorry, Carly.
You're like, this date is over.
Yeah, we're done. We're out of here.
We're done.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
That seems to really like throw people off though. Like a lot of people are like,
no,
that's
I get
insane.
that. I will validate that all the way.
Yeah, it's so gross.
What about I always have to ask this one because it'll determine, if we stay friends after this. Okay. Pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza? Yeah, you guys were talking about that on the last podcast.
Okay,
but yeah, no, I do enjoy it. Obviously, if it's like a gross piece of pizza with pineapple on it, you're going in the berry category. Like,
you're going in the berries.
That's gross, but like
jail.
If it's like a fine, like a really good pizza, like, and there's some pineapple on it.
Yeah, like a nice
I'm
Hawaiian.
not complaining.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like a DiGiorno with pineapple.
Oh, ew, no. That's what I mean. I'm like, dude. No. Also, how would that happen? Like, you'd have to be a pretty sick fuck to do that.
Yeah, I know.
To just like
serial killer, dude. Yeah. No, they probably have one with the frozen pineapple on there, and you cook it all together.
Oh, that's worse.
Probably that's what I was thinking. But you cutting it up and putting it on there. Out of a can too?
Yeah. No. If you got some like Dole pineapple on there, I would be like,
yeah, that's insane.
I would leave your house. I'd be like, that's
I'd burn your
not
house
chill.
down. Yeah, that's so gross.
That is so gross.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah, we like this question. Who are 3 people you would bring to get Korean barbecue? Because we were talking about how, of course, like there's the question of who would you invite to dinner, but Korean barbecue, it's such like a communal thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I feel like it's very specific people. Like for me, I would definitely not bring my mom because she's so picky.
Okay. Yeah.
But
sure.
Someone.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Do they have to be people that I know?
No, it could
It could
whoever,
be
yeah.
like a whole lineup. Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for a moment. Oh, wait, 3. Who are your 3? Let me hear your 3 first.
3 for Korean barbecue? Wow, this could get fun. Probably like Queen Latifah, Steen, and like...
So crazy.
And then like...
Obama.
Yes. No.
That would be kind of cool.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just honestly would want to get the most random lineup and just be like, let's
have to all be very different.
Yeah, very different. But also kind of just be like, I'm friends with Questlove. I'd bring Questlove.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. That would be so fun.
Yeah, I'd bring him up and we get all Korean barbecue. I think that'd be a good lineup. What about you?
Okay.
It could also be friends.
Theo Vaughn would be one.
Yeah, that'd be
fun. He'd add like a funny little...
He used to work for Theo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So Theo would make it. Then we'd have Jennifer Coolidge would probably pop out.
Oh my God.
That'd be kind of fun. She'd be like...
Yes.
There'd be some nice contrast with Theo and
Makes
Jennifer.
Makes me want Kobe beef real bad.
And then who would be my last? Maybe Eric Andre, just to like... That would be... He would be the abrasive,
okay, I want to change
whoa.
mine to that answer because that's a really sick lineup.
Yeah, that would be a weird group of people, but...
I feel like it would work though.
Yeah.
It would be aggressive table. They would be like, whoa, these guys are loud.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
I was at a restaurant recently and Jennifer Coolidge was in the back. And so I'm like, I had to see it through. So...
She had like your shot?
No, I didn't shoot. I didn't go in super crazy, but she was with like her friend or whatever. And I walked up and I was like, hey, Jennifer, like
you know her?
Yeah. I was like, I'm a big fan of White Lotus. And
nice.
She was like,
that's so nice.
And then I forget how she went on this crazy tangent, and we might have to cut this one out, but she went on a crazy tangent about how Sonia Drakkar, like the facial lady. You know who that is?
Yeah, I've heard some bad stuff.
She was roasting this lady, and I was just like, okay, like...
You're like, for
I was
sure.
Like, yeah.
Tea.
Fuck Sonia, dude. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I love that Jennifer just wanted to spill some tea with you.
That's how, and I was like, yeah. And we had a really good conversation, and she was like, yeah, like...
You sound like an Ewok for a second.
But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Yeah, that was my first celebrity I saw like on the town. Like,
that's a great one though.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I forget what restaurant that was at, but and then after the employees all came up and were like, you can't do that. And I was like, I did.
You should be like, you should just be like, what? She's my friend.
That's like our conversation. She was even like, no, it's okay. Like, it's totally fine. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, it's fine, man. Just leave us alone here.
We're friends.
Yeah.
We go way back. You don't know?
I guess
you don't know who I am?
Yeah. I understand
I'm
why
college
you wouldn't
dropout.
Yeah, I'm college dropout, lady. Come on.
Yeah. Was it Dantana's? I feel like I always see famous people at Dantana's.
I forget what it was called. It was called like, I want to say it was Madeline's, but it's not Madeline's. I don't know. It's over by, kind of by the, I don't know. It's on Melrose, but on the cool side of Melrose, not on the weird side of Melrose.
Not on the side where there's zombies.
The bougie side.
The bougie side. The one that's kind of like.
Yeah, where like the real is and all that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I forget what restaurant this was. But yeah, it was
nice.
Cool. She looked great.
She looked great.
She looked great.
Oh, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I would love to have her on. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We were just talking
pretty
about.
Tight, so,
I'm like, hook it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was like a great answer.
Yeah.
What's your comfort food and why does it bring you comfort?
Wait, being from the Bay Area, have you ever had Mary's Pizza Shack?
No.
Oh, what the heck?
Well, I'm technically from Humboldt, but I lived in the Bay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's even better though. Actually, it's like a Northern California thing. You got to try it.
Okay.
You'll have to go to Santa Rosa or Sonoma.
Probably
Sonoma would be the closest.
Yeah.
I think the first one's in Sonoma.
Oh, okay. I do like Sonoma for food. I've gotten some food there and
they have a chicken parmesan. Well, chicken parmesan is my answer, but they have a specific chicken. They don't have a specific one. It's the same.
I make pretty good chicken parm.
So good.
Yeah.
It's my favorite meal.
Nice.
It's like the ultimate comfort meal. But if you can get your hands on a Mary's chicken parm,
okay,
do that.
I will try.
It's so good.
Hell yeah.
So good. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I haven't had it in a while, and maybe they sold the name or something, but it was bomb.
go and I'm like, that was mid.
Yeah, you're like, what the hell was that? Yeah.
Oh, nice. Was that something you kind of had growing up too?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, whoa, like other people don't have this. It's great. Like people.
Was that kind of like tragic when you moved to LA?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think by that time I had it so many times that I was like, all right, I'm kind of cool parting ways with it. Yeah. But it'll always go down as the ultimate meal. It's pretty good.
That's kind of, so when was the last time you were in the Bay since your family moved down here?
Well, so like, my mom.
Don't really even have an excuse now to go get it.
Well, yeah, I have the rest of my family.
Oh,
like
they do.
My grandparents and everybody
That's why I was Santa Rosa,
so.
Oh, you made it sound like the whole clan moved.
Nah, that would be. I'm not that cool.
You're not that cool. Just
2 generations out. I think. Okay. But last time I went was like, maybe last summer I went to San Francisco, and I didn't even end up going to Sonoma, which was, I know it's kind of lame of me, but. Sometimes, like, it's hard to, like, you make a plan like that. It's kind of hard to veer off of it and then be like, oh, here, let me jump over here. You know? It was just for a weekend. But I love going there. And just
if you're there for a week, it's one thing. But weekends, that's...
Yeah,
you want to just stay in one place.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder what it would be like if I stayed in the Bay Area and, like, try to do what I'm doing now. Because, like, right now I'm really relying on, like, the entertainment industry, like in LA, and like I don't know if you would agree with this or not, but like there's there's like the only record label is like Empire in San Francisco, and that's it's a great label, but not really, like you can't rely on that. That's like your main. So like, do you think if you stayed in Humboldt or even just like never came out here, like it would?
No, I know I needed to be here for at least a couple of years, and now I'm like living like. If I'm not doing this, I don't really want to be here.
Yeah.
And I only have to do this like once or twice a month. So I'm like, I'm fine. I'd rather come down, do the thing, do the networking, and then host the show and then just, go make content while at home.
Yeah, you got to do the trench work and get to this point for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first moved out here, I'd get put onto like all types of crazy, cool like LA things, and then like that slowly I was like, all right, I can't go to everything, and I also can't like it's
very draining.
It's like, wow, how do people do that?
I don't know.
Really go hard.
I like
cocaine,
Adderall,
probably. Cocaine, Adderall, Adderall. I mean, sorry, that's what I meant.
I'm like, I know a lot of people that are like go, and I think all those people have Adderall prescriptions.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I got to do. But I don't think I need that, actually. Yeah, I think
you got a good thing going. Good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were on Adderall, I think the show would have gone as well.
Yeah.
No.
It turned into an interview on you, honestly. I'd be like,
that's why. My producer, Chris, he was telling me like how to practice like for certain people, like if I have comics on and stuff, he's like, you gotta be good at like, no, this is
navigating
my show, not your show. And kind of like, I'm interviewing you. Ooh, if you were going to host a dinner based off your life, what would you serve?
A dinner based off
your
of my
vibes?
My vibes. Maybe. Trail mix. No, I'm just kidding.
Trail mix all around, on me.
No trail mix. Yeah, I like how I said, like, I like giving myself the highest quality of stuff. And then I was like, so I make trail mix. That's not what I meant. I just more meant, like, I could have easily grabbed a bag of chips or something, but.
Yeah, that's like
mix my favorite little things. Yeah, make a little trail mix.
Yeah, make some trail mix. That's a good thing to, though.
My favorite, not my favorite meal. What would I serve if I'm.
Yeah, at a dinner that you're hosting.
Yeah, let's start with like appetizers too. Don't forget that. I feel like everyone forgets
like
appetizers.
A whole menu.
Okay. Appetizers. So we're gonna start with maybe some buffalo chicken wings just for the appetizer.
Hell yeah!
With a little blue cheese right there and some ranch. You don't like blue cheese? I hate
blue cheese.
Okay, well.
I've had to work with a lot of blue cheese in my time, and it just always smelled like farts every time I opened up a container. I'm like,
Yeah.
And I just picture people eating it, and I'm like, man, I would not want to make out with
good, though. Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, some like, what's the spicy sauce? Like, that's like so good on chicken wings.
Isn't it just the buffalo sauce? Isn't that what they call
buffalo sauce, but there's like Mike's Red Hot or something.
Oh, yeah, Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's.
Yeah, I'm really a buffalo guy, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's the best one.
I'll come to the dinner if you have that.
Or Crystal's hot sauce. Have you ever had that?
No.
With like the blue label with a little pepper on it?
No. Oof. You know what I did have recently, though? Truffle hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. Like the truff one specifically, or which one?
It's like, I forget what the brand was. It was when I was in NorCal, and it was like, oh my God. Yeah. We were putting it on sandwiches, and I was like, I would eat this whole bottle if it wouldn't make my ass hurt later.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I know.
Okay, appetizers.
Okay, buffalo wings for the appetizers.
Entrees?
Then we're going to move on to our entrees. That's going to be, honestly, chicken parm. Let's go chicken parm, yeah.
Just have
You're just gonna get a little,
chicken
we're having
menu.
a chicken fest right here.
We're having a chicken fest.
Chicken parm, and then we're going to go like a pizookie right at the end, right there for dessert.
Oh my God. I have a friend who she's from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I guess Hawaii's a little more secluded, you know, they may not have, well, they definitely don't have as much as we have on the mainland.
Yeah.
But I also just forget that they're just not exposed to as much.
Yeah.
And she thought we were lying to her when we said there was a place called BJ's and they sell pizookie. She's like, there is not. She's like, yeah. She also thought we were lying when we said there was a North Carolina. She's like, that's not a state.
Like, I was so funny.
Well, there's a north and there's a south.
Yeah, I can confirm North Carolina exists. I used to live there. So.
Yeah.
It's real.
So I lived there.
Yeah.
Or it was like some random state. She was like, that's not a state. It's 50 states.
Yeah.
Why would we lie?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did she go to elementary school? What the heck?
I don't know, but that's what I mean.
Hawaii's
I'm like
the 50th state, isn't it? So it's like, come on.
I know. I'm like, I don't know what they're doing over there, but
honestly, I wouldn't really care about anything else.
Yeah, I'm like, you're growing up in Hawaii. You're like, this is nice. I don't need to learn the states
common knowledge
or learn about BJ's.
Yeah, BJ's.
TGI Fridays.
Do they not have a BJ's in Hawaii?
That's why probably not. I'm like that. No, yeah. So that was forgiving, but her not knowing the states, I was like, interesting. Yeah. Now I'm concerned what the school system is.
That's wild.
In Hawaii. I think you have some questions.
We do have a couple questions. I don't want to like give you a gotcha, but when you were talking about berries, does like bananas fall into that? Because bananas technically a berry.
No.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, no, bananas are delicious.
And no, bananas definitely get a pass if they're a berry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, I like a banana.
Is that real?
Yeah, because I was always told it was.
I never heard that.
And then I just Googled it because I didn't want to sound dumb, and it's like not. But Google says it's a berry.
Shit, maybe I am a berry guy because I love me a banana.
Okay, we do have a couple more questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm on.
All right, we just have 2 questions from us producers. First one being, do you find it hard to switch from business brain to creative?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with like freelance is like you're kind of doing everything. Whereas like if you're working for an agency, it's kind of like you're just honed in on one aspect of the whole operation. So I think, it is kind of hard, but yeah, I definitely have to like even talking about the project on the day of talking about it, I can't even sit down and start to like create because like it's just not going to happen because I'm so caught up in the how are we going to figure out the half payment up front, the contract stuff. And so once I do all that, I'm like, I'm not feeling creative at all anyway. So I'm like, all right, it's time to just sit back and then start to ideate maybe 2 days after, So yeah, that's kind of part of the process is just kind of doing both simultaneously without having them overlap. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to go back and forth, but I get it done. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that answered your question or not, but yeah. I hope. Yeah.
Okay. Do you listen to different music while you're creating to like get a vibe going that may align with the project?
Yeah. Yeah. So like I do a lot of cover art and stuff for people. And so it's pretty interesting to like, I mean, especially if it's somebody I've never listened to, which that happens often. I'll have them send me the song, and more times than not, the song, you know, maybe I'm not listening to it in the car, you know, but
you're like, okay,
yeah, I definitely am like, I'm curious in every aspect of my life. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to listen to something, and if I don't like it, then it's not coming back on.
You're like, well, a job is a job.
Yeah. I definitely have a broad range of like music that I listen to, like create and when I'm not creating. So,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I try not to hone in on just one genre. I definitely try to.
You're not just. Yeah. You're not there just listening to Bach and then just designing.
Yeah. No,
with your homemade trail mix.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild.
I do love when a good song comes through, because I'm like, whoa, this is cool. And it's like somebody that's like small and like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I have way too many curated playlists for different vibes.
Totally, yeah.
I love doing that though. That's where I'm sometimes people are like, are you on the spectrum?
Yeah.
I'm like, probably.
You're really good at organizing things.
Yeah, like you're very, very specific the way your brain works and is wired.
What's your astrology sign?
I'm Cancer.
A Cancer? Cool.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about astrology. I don't know why I said that. But I just, because I'm a Virgo, so like.
I love Virgos, yeah.
So then like, everybody's like, you must be so organized. Like,
yeah.
Not at all, dude. I'm not at all. So that's.
I've worked with actually a lot of Virgos. I feel like Virgos are always like cooks and people that do like regiment, like that's a environment that they like. My astrology sign isn't like that, but my mom's a Taurus, and I was raised with her being like very regiment and kind of OCD. Yeah. So when I was in the kitchen, it was kind of comforting. I was like, oh man, getting yelled at by more earth signs. Yay. Yeah. Weirdly feels comfortable for me.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy how accurate it is sometimes. Like, I don't really, it's not like I'm sitting here like,
you're like, oh, you're such a Cancer.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know anything like that. But
yeah, I feel like, it can be like definitely annoying. It can either be really cool, and then you talk to the wrong people, and it's like way too annoying because they're like, oh, like I've definitely been cornered by
for that
girls.
One. And you're like,
been cornered by girls that are just like, what are you doing? He's a Pisces.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Like, it's nice. Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
Man.
Like, oh, Scorpios, you guys are crazy.
Kind of clash.
Yeah. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. I hate
you just get cornered by the wrong person who wants to talk about astrology and tell you who you are. You're like, no, let's not do this. Let's not. Yeah.
I wish I knew more about it because then I'd continue the conversation, but I have no. I don't really.
I kind of, I was raised with like a lot of hippies, so I definitely was raised with it. But I do remember that being an annoying quality of just people telling me. Yeah, they're like, oh, well, and then sometimes it was accurate. Like my mom, she's like, you're a water sign. And when you're having a hard time, you need to go sit by the water. I'm like, okay. But then I did it. It worked.
You're like,
shit. You're right. The ions are doing something to my brain right now.
Totally. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Were there any
No, that's
questions?
it. Where can the fans find you?
Oh, yeah.
Instagram.
Where can the fans find you?
This is pretty cliche of me, but like my portfolio is kind of under construction right now, so that's kind of lame. But yeah, Instagram at collage dropout, collage drop _ out.
Drop _ out. Yes.
But yeah, that's where you guys can find me, and
hell yeah. Hire him for all your
please.
Social media marketing and
I love to meet new people. So
he's very talented. Very good
so
stuff.
Much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, of course.
Oh wait,
anytime.
You guys know where to find me.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Check the description.
Check the description. Yeah, I'm like, anyways.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they didn't know where to find you. Honestly, that'd be kind of what are you even doing?
I'm like,
here,
wait,
man?
why are you here?
Yeah, why are you even here, man? Get out of here, weirdo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.